Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Hindash, and today's video is such an exciting special video because I'm launching Hindash Cosmetics exclusively on Cult Beauty. And honestly, this has been such a dream come true. I am beyond happy and excited. This is so special for me because I have been a Cult Beauty fan and I've been shopping at Cult Beauty for over 5 years, basically since I started doing makeup. And at the time we didn't have a lot of things available in Dubai, so I really relied heavily on shopping online, and basically I was able to get everything I wanted for my kit and to build things up and for my personal skincare and beauty needs. And of course, now you're going to be able to shop Hindash Cosmetics internationally, which is so exciting for me, and it just makes me so proud and happy. And I want to thank every one of you and the Cult Beauty team for making this happen. So of course, by now you've seen my Beautopsy palette, and I can't wait to show you the look that I'm going to be doing in this video. I just dipped into this for personal use. For today's video, I really wanted to create a look that would elevate your makeup from day to night. So you're gonna kind of see it build up as I go. It starts off as a beautiful smoky liner, and then it builds up to something more dramatic and a nice pop of color. And I really wanted to showcase the versatility of Beautopsy and what you can do. You can use it as setting powder, you can use it for your brows, and of course as eyeshadow, blush, contour, bronzing and highlighting. And as always, I'm going to be mentioning every single product that I use down below so you can shop it at Cult Beauty. And of course, I'm so thrilled and excited. So let's get into the makeup look and the education of Beautopsy. So let me know what you think in the comments down below when you finish this look. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see more of my videos. And head over to Cult Beauty to shop Hindash Cosmetics and all your favorites. Alright, so here we have my beautiful model. And as always, we're going to be starting off with skincare and really take the time to prepare the skin for that beautiful, flawless makeup application, because I really believe that preparation is key. And of course, we're going to be starting off very fresh on a blank canvas, and I'm going to be taking a bit of a hydrating mist to refresh her face and kind of prep it for what I'm going to be putting next. And this is the Youth to the People Adaptogen Soothe and Hydrate Activated Mist. Next, I'm going to be taking a hyaluronic acid serum. This is from The Ordinary, and I'm going to be applying that all over the skin and just massaging it in. And I always love using serums because it's very light and it's going to suit everyone, and it just creates this extra layer of hydration without adding any weight. For this step, I'm going to be combining my moisturizer, eye cream, and primer all in one, and I love using this. This is the Embryolisse La Creme Concentrate, and I'm going to basically put it everywhere. I really feel like this is a must-have in your makeup kit, and makeup just sits beautifully on top of this product. I love it. Another favorite of mine is the 111 Skin Celestial Black Diamond Eye Mask. I have this with me on every single shoot, and all the girls wear this and I wear this. And it's amazing to just refresh and lift and tighten the under eyes, and I see a difference whenever I wear these. And it's great for when I'm doing a smokier look or when I want to focus on eyes, because that's just going to give us that extra time. And to give my model a bit of a treat, I'm going to be massaging her skin and get that blood flow going with the Nurse Jamie roller. And I'm just going to be basically targeting the areas that I want to depuff and lift, and again, get that circulation going. So this is always a treat, and I like to keep this in the fridge too, so it's nice and cooling, so it has more depuffing action as well. For an eyeshadow primer, I'm going to be taking the Laura Mercier eyeshadow base in the shade Wheat, and I really believe in eyeshadow primers. I never do an eye look without them. Things just stick much better, they go on smoother, and you get that beautiful rich pigment and even color blend. And I like to go for a color that's going to neutralize the eyelid depending on your skin tone, so this color is perfect because it has that peachy undertone. And applying a bit of that underneath the eyes as well, because I'm putting shadow there too. For brows, I'm going to be going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze and just setting the brows and shaping them so that once I get to them, I can just fill them in as I want. And next, I'm going to be going in with my Hindash Cosmetics Beautopsy Pressed Pigment Gradient Palette. And this is the star of the show. I mean, this is my baby, and I'm very excited to continue to show you different ways of using this and showing you the endless possibilities of the looks you can create. So I'm going into Intrafatum, which features a black, and I'm going to be taking that on a pencil brush. This is a Ray Morris brush, and I'm going to start with the outer corner and sort of wiggle that brush in so I can get that pigment into the lash line as well, and just build it up and smoke it out. Now my palette has very minimal to zero fallout. You're not going to experience any crazy fallout. the powders are super finely milled. They almost feel like a face powder. And that's why the pigments are really buildable and so beautiful that you can put them anywhere on your face without them looking heavy and cakey. So I'm going to be building up that black in sort of a V shape, and it's very important to keep looking straight ahead because I'm going for a cat eye and you want to really create that beautiful lift. And once you're happy with that shape, I'm taking Field Real and going in the middle, mixing the brown and the gray together and just diffusing the black on the edges. And that way I'm building up the shape and seeing where I'm going with this. To create an even more beautiful seamless blend, I'm going in with tan lines and Field Real and taking the two browns, mixing them together and then diffusing them on all these edges and creating that really smoked out airbrushed blend. I'm a big believer in building up layers as you go, and this goes to foundation and concealer and everything else. So I really like to keep going back in with that black and adding the dimension and adding the layers so that we get a very multi-dimensional look even though it's all matte. And with a tiny pencil brush, I'm going into tan lines again, going in the middle and then cleaning up that shape because I want that eyelid to be nice and bright and even, but I don't want it too bright. I want to match her skin tone, but just give it that matte highlighted look. For the inner corners, I'm taking tan lines and wet paint and taking the lighter colors and putting them in the corner of the eye. And that really brightens the inner corner in a beautiful matte way, and I love this technique. It just looks very fresh and timeless. And then taking a blend of tan and wet, and I'm just going to be applying that on the center of the eye, again to create that beautiful matte highlight and bring everything forward. I'm going to be repeating the same steps on the other eye. And as you can see, these pigments are so smooth, they're never going to look cakey, and you can really build them up to perfection. And if you're going for more of a daytime look, I would stop here, and this really just creates that classic, almost 90s look, but really elevated and winged out. A bit of mascara to emphasize the lashes, and you're good to go. But of course, I'm going to be showing you the full potential of the palette and just having fun and playing with makeup and creating beautiful looks. And what I love about my vegan powders and formula is that the colors are made to be mixed together. You're never going to get a muddy color. You're never going to get this weird overlap. They just work like a dream. And I really wanted to create this art masterpiece within the blend of each and every pan and give it this really elevated look. But everyone that's used this has told me how easy and forgiving the powders are. So if you're intimidated, don't be. It is made for the everyday person as well as pros. And now that I'm really happy with this classic winged out shape that I've created, I'm gonna clean up and blend a bit. So I'm taking tan and just putting that underneath the brow bone and smoking out the edges. For foundation, I'm going to be taking the NARS Sheer Glow foundation. This is in Barcelona, and I'm going to be applying that a bit on a palette and then blending it in. And my philosophy with foundation is the same. I like to go in with very thin layers and build it up. I like to kind of almost use it as a tinted moisturizer, so I don't rely on that heavy coverage. I rely on the foundation for evening out the skin tone, because concealer is truly what is made to conceal and cover any imperfections. So let the foundation formula do its beautiful job and watch how it sits beautifully on the skin when you use much less. And I love this Ray Morris brush. She makes some of my favorite brushes and I really love her as well, so you have to check them out. And that is the base done. I really don't like to go a lot underneath the eyes because, again, concealer is for that. So this is where the concealer comes in. I'm taking the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Custard, and I'm taking it on a damp beauty blender and just applying that underneath the eyes and diffusing it out. This is one of my all-time favorite concealers. It gives an airbrushed finish. It's high coverage but thin, and it is my go-to. I love it. And I really love concealer not only to cover any imperfections, but to brighten and highlight the features. And I love to do a lot of cream work underneath before I go in with powders. So I'm going in with cream blush as well. And this is from Honest Beauty. I love this. This is called Rose Pink. And with my same foundation brush, I'm going to pick up a bit, blend it on the back of my hand and tap it high up on the cheeks and bring it down into the apples slightly, because I want to keep that highlighted center of the face. And I love using my foundation brush because it already has a bit of that foundation, so it's going to make that blush even match better and work better with the skin. Now that I've done all the cream work, I'm going to be going back to my Beautopsy palette and setting the face. So I'm taking wet paint and setting the under eyes. And this is how you'll see that the formula is so thin, you're not getting a crazy kickback, you're not getting a heavy layer, it's just perfected. And wet paint is a beautiful blend of beige and banana yellow that's going to even out, brighten, and set the face. And it's a beautiful blending shade. And it's my go-to pan to lighten any of the other shades if I want to lighten up the blush and make things more soft. With a bigger brush, I'm going to be going into tan and feel, and I'm going to be bronzing her skin. So I'm going into the contours of the cheekbones, really blend that in. And as you see, you don't get any harsh layers. You don't get any intense product buildup. I like to go in the tip of the nose, the bridge, a bit on the chin, and of course the forehead. And I'm going in light-handed. You can definitely get intense color payoff with this if you want. For blush, I'm going in with Boy and a bit of wet and tan to really create a custom mix, and applying that all over the cream blush that I used to set it, intensify it, and just make it really long-lasting. I like to go around the forehead as well to even everything out. I always go back and forth to the eyes whenever I do any step because I feel like I like to keep everything cohesive. So I'm taking a bit of tan and blending that into the brows. And as you see, it's more sculpted now. For mascara, I'm going in with Rowan, and this is the Cake Lash Mascara, and I'm going to be applying that all over the top lashes. And I'll be applying individual lashes as well on the corners. For the brows, I'm going in with Feel Real and dipping in the middle, so where the brown and the gray meet. And I'm going to be filling in the brows very lightly because I love when you can see a bit of skin peeking through the brows. I think it looks beautiful and natural. And then giving them a comb through again with a bit of that brow freeze. I'm intensifying the black with a bit of Fatum. Again, this is where I love to jump back and forth to the eyes because I'm all about the eyes. And every step that I do, I feel like I need to assess what's going on with the eyes. So now I feel like I really wanted to elongate that wing when the brows were done. And as you can see, that created a very dramatic lift. For lips, I'm going to be taking the Victoria Beckham Lip Definer, and this is in the shade number 4. And I'm going to be focusing that as a full liner, and I'm going to be outlining her entire lips and then filling in the corners very slightly and keeping the center free. For lipstick, I'm going to be going in again with Victoria Beckham, and this is the Posh lipstick in Spice. And applying that on the center and over the lip liner to diffuse and blend everything, and then taking a lip brush and working that color in. I really feel like working lipstick in with the lip brush creates such a difference, and it just really sits on the lips so beautifully. So I highly recommend you try that. For highlighter, I'm taking a bit of the Vive Holy Chic Nova Glow highlighter and placing that on the cheekbones, a bit on the tip of the nose and chin. Now we're going to add more drama to the look, so I'm taking Tan and Feel, the two browns, and smoking the lower lash line. And then I'm going to be taking Real, which is the gray shade, and what I'm doing is I'm applying that on the outer corners, and what that's going to do is kind of mimic the look of heavy lashes and creating a shadow. So it's really interesting. It's going to make her lashes look so heavy that they're casting a shadow. And I'm emphasizing that effect even more with highlights. So I'm taking lines and wet, and I'm applying that on the inner corners and on the center of the lower lid. And again, that's going to bring that area forward, and it's going to make the darks darker and the lights lighter. For a bit of nose contour, I like to take a bit of Feel Real and tan lines and applying that underneath the nose on the bridge and a bit on the chin. For my pop of color, I'm going to be going into the Love Kills pan and using Love, which is a bright orange, and applying that on the lower lash line with a thin liner brush. And as you can see, the pigment on this is so beautiful, and I love this as blush on deeper skin tones, but you can use it however you want. So mimicking the liner that we have and just going parallel underneath it, and it's going to create that beautiful dimension and pop of color and work beautifully with her eyes and just create an interesting look. And now that we've added that orange and made the look more dramatic, I'm going to mimic what's happening there on the cheeks. So I'm taking Love and a bit of tan and applying that over the blush to give it more of an apricot orange glow, and a bit on the nose as well. And that completes the look. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video and learned a few tips and tricks, and hopefully have a better understanding of how you can kind of create multiple looks using this palette and go back and forth between the eyes and the face and just blend all these colors together to create a very unified look. And as always, I really want you to just be inspired to create any look you want. And this is the entire concept of Beautopsy and why I created it. And of course, don't forget to head over to Cult Beauty to shop Hindash cosmetics exclusively and internationally, and that makes me so happy. and I'm so excited. Follow me on Instagram at Hindash to see more of these looks, and follow Cult Beauty as well. And I will see you very soon. Bye.